Hey, Katie, I won't be home until late tonight. Work needs me to stay and finish off some important reports in time for a meeting tomorrow. Sorry.
Wait, what? But we have my dad's will reading today at 5. Will you be able to make it to that?
No, sorry. I'm simply just way too busy to take any time off. My boss is already annoyed at me for the fact that I went to your dad's funeral. I can't afford to annoy him any more than I already have.
But what about the will?
You're gonna have to go by yourself, I'm afraid.
Seriously? You know how much my dad meant to me. I can't go to his will reading by myself. It'll crush me. He was my rock growing up. You know he was the one who raised me after my mom left us, so I can't do this alone. I can hardly stop myself from bursting into tears randomly throughout the day. There's no way that I'll be able to sit through this will without crying. I really need you with me for support, John.
Look, I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do. I'm needed here.
Surely, as your wife, I am more important than a job, right? I'm sure your boss will understand that I really need you here, just for today.
Get fired if I go. Do you want that? We'd have no money then. So, I don't know how you'd think we survive.
You won't be fired for coming to a will reading with me. I'm pretty sure that's actually against the law. You can get compassionate pay, you know.
Yeah, well, it still looks bad even if I would be leaving for compassionate reasons. My boss doesn't take too kindly to people missing work unless something truly devastating has happened and it's an emergency that they simply cannot get out of.
This is truly a devastating event, though. My dad has died.
Yeah, but he's not my dad, is he?
Fine. If that's how you want to be, then so be it. I'll just go to the reading myself.
Good, that's what I've been telling you to do. Maybe if you actually listened to me sometimes, we wouldn't end up in these kinds of arguments.
Whatever. Don't expect me back tonight. I'm going to spend the evening at my friend's place. I mean, she's been more considerate and comforting than you have in this whole situation. Oh, and don't think I didn't notice you constantly checking your phone the day of the funeral. Even through the service, you were doing it. How rude is that?
I've had important business calls to answer. I'm sorry if not all of us can just stop working whenever we feel like it, but I do have to earn the money for us, you know?
Whatever. You didn't have to do it then. But I can't be bothered to care right now. I'm staying at my friend's. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Seriously? You're gonna be that petty? What about my dinner?
Excuse you?
My dinner? You know, that thing that should be waiting for me when I get back home from work after a long, hard day?
I know what dinner is, but how is it my responsibility to cook it for you? Especially at a time like this where I'm heartbroken at losing my dad?
Well, that's your job. As my wife, you need to do the cooking and cleaning and make sure that everything is how I want it.
What? Where on earth have you got that idea from? I'm not some 1930s housewife who does whatever you tell her to.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? You're always so busy going off and being independent that you never have time to take care of the house or me. I work long and hard hours, and I think I deserve to have someone show me a little bit of pampering for everything I've done. I work for all of your money.
No, you really don't. I work for my money and I have done since I was 16 years old. That also means that you're not the only one who works hard, you know. I work just as hard as you do, and then I'm expected to come home and do the cleaning and the cooking and everything in between, whilst you're just sitting on your butt watching TV.
Well, that's just because everyone knows that men work harder than women. It's just expected of us, so we should be looked after by our wives when we come home.
Unbelievable. I really just can't deal with you right now. I'm going to go and hear whatever is in the will, and then I'm going to go and have an evening with my friend where we can reminisce about my dad. Please don't message me unless it's important.
Whatever. So, what did the lawyer say? What'd your dad leave us? Katie? Hello? Anyone there? It's kind of rude to ignore people, you know.
John? Is something wrong? Why are you messaging me?
Huh? Well, why would anything be wrong? I just wanted to know how the meeting went with the lawyer.
I told you not to message me unless it was an emergency. I don't want to talk to you right now. And I really don't want to discuss the will at the moment. I'm trying to just have a nice evening with my friend. If you really wanted to know, you should have come to the meeting with me.
Oh, you're not still moaning about that, are you? Look, I was busy, so I couldn't. But that doesn't mean you can't tell me about it now. I mean, I know your dad was fairly well off, so he must have left us quite a bit of money. So, how much have we got?
Are you kidding me? You're seriously messaging me after ditching me during one of the most difficult times of my life? Just to ask if my dead dad has left me any money? I can't actually believe you right now.
Yeah, well, I'm only asking what everyone wants to know. The whole point of a funeral is to finally get the will at the end of it. I could really do with a little bit of money. There's a new car which I've had my eye on for a little while, and I'd love to get it.
Really? You want to spend the money my dad has left me in his will, my inheritance, on a car for yourself? How selfish can you get?
No, it wouldn't be just for me, obviously. You'd use it as well. It would just be something fun, which your dad would have loved as well. Don't you think?
Well, I guess. I suppose it depends on what kind of car it is.
Oh, you'll love it. It's a real classic.
Really? Huh. Well, okay then. My dad has left me his company and all of his assets, along with a few $100,000 in cash.
What? He's left you all that?
Yeah. I mean, I am his only child, so it kind of makes sense that he would leave me his company to do what I want with it. I know it's not a massive business, but it earns a healthy living, so I could be quite well off with it.
Yeah, we definitely could. I mean, I could actually quit my job and live the luxury lifestyle I've always wanted to live.
Well, we'd have to see about that. We can't go spending money recklessly, as then we'd end up with nothing left. Besides, my dad left me this money and his company so that I could have a secure life and not have to worry about money. He wouldn't want me to squander it away.
We wouldn't be squandering it, simply enjoying some well-earned comforts and luxuries that we can finally afford. In fact, I might go and order that car right now. We finally got the money for it. I think I'll also look up how much a holiday would cost. I think I definitely deserve one after everything that I've had to put up with.
John, just wait a minute.
Katie, just chill for once, would you? Let me just have a bit of fun. You're always so boring and careful. It's really annoying. I finally have money, so I'm going to enjoy spending it on the finer things in life for a change.
It's not your money to spend. It's my inheritance.
As your husband, I automatically get it as well. What's yours is mine and all that. Being married is finally paid off for once.
It doesn't work like that with inheritance money, John. Only the recipient gets access to it, and they get to decide what to do with it.
No. The husband gets to decide what to do with it. That's me. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna be celebrating this evening, and I've got some phone calls to make, so don't try and call me or anything. I probably won't be able to respond.
You're celebrating my dad dying?
No, not dying, just everything he left us after he died. It's not every day that you get something like this. We're quite lucky if you think about it. Some parents leave their children nothing.
I seriously can't believe you're celebrating my dad dying. What is wrong with you? Actually, don't bother answering that. I already know.
Yeah, whatever. See you later or something.
Hey, John. I just saw that you've looked at getting that car you were looking at, but looking on your laptop was quite interesting, I must say.
What are you doing on my personal laptop? That's an invasion of privacy.
Whoa, chill out. I get that your laptop is yours and everything, but as your wife, I should be okay in using it as well.
Well, you shouldn't be on it. You didn't even ask me.
Well, I'm getting the distinct idea that you've got something on this laptop that you don't want me to see. Is that right?
Huh? No, it's just that's my laptop. I have personal things on there.
You mean like all of your messages with your girlfriend, Charity? You can drop the act now. You're not fooling anyone, and you haven't been for a while now.
What do you mean?
Do you really think that I didn't know that you were cheating on me? I mean, come on. You didn't exactly try very hard to hide your tracks. You even basically told me not to message you the other day because you'd be celebrating my dad's death. The only reason you wouldn't respond to a text is if you were doing something you weren't supposed to. I also have friends, people who have seen you out and about with your new girlfriend. Did you honestly think that they wouldn't tell me about you cheating on me?
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter anymore anyway. I was just gonna wait considering your dad just died, but I want a divorce.
A divorce? Seriously?
Yep.
You are seriously unbelievable. Look, just leave me alone from now on. Got it? We can talk about all this when I get home in a couple of days.
Fine, but putting this talk off isn't gonna stop me from divorcing you.
Whatever.
So, you've had your couple of days. Are you finally ready to talk about our divorce?
Our divorce?
Did you miss the divorce papers right there on the table? Quick, sign those papers and send me Dad's money ASAP.
The divorce papers you signed earlier? They're already filed.
Huh?
I've already submitted the papers to my lawyers as you'd kindly signed them earlier.
How stupid can you get? That's exactly what I want.
What do you mean?
Well, think about it. Your dad has just died and left you thousands of dollars and even a company. I, being your husband, get half of everything you have, so I get to have half of all your money and I don't even have to lift a single finger to earn it. Oh, and if you hadn't guessed, the new car is for me and Charity, as if I would share something so cool and fun with you, the most miserable person on the planet. You'd have to be a moron to think I'd do that. It looks like everything is going exactly as I wanted it to.
Oh, wow. You sure had everything planned out, didn't you? How long have you been waiting to put this little scheme into action? Was it your idea, or did this Charity help you come up with it? Surely you couldn't have been smart enough to come up with something like this on your own.
Charity might have helped me come up with the idea, but I'm the one who perfected it. Once I have half your money, me and her can finally go and live a fun life like we've always wanted to. We might even be able to befriend some people in higher places. Who knows? I just know that my life will be 1,000 times better without you in it.
Yeah? I was just about to say the same thing, actually. There's just one teeny tiny flaw in your plan.
Oh yeah? What's that then? Because as far as I'm concerned, I got you snookered.
Yeah, you would have. If not for the fact that I don't have my inheritance yet.
Huh? What are you on about?
You know how my dad never liked you? He always said that you were no good for me. Well, turns out he thought you'd try and do something like this to me, so he made it a point to say that all of my inheritance will only be given to me after a holding period of 6 months, or if you left me, I could get it straight away. Thankfully, you decided to divorce me, which means I'm able to get all of my inheritance ASAP. Although I can't get it until we are fully divorced.
What?
Also, with all of the evidence that you've so helpfully given me, confirming that you cheated on me and even came up with a plan to scam me out of my money, any judge and jury will surely rule in my favor. It looks like you'll be the one who'll be paying me quite a lot in compensation for your unfaithfulness.
That can't be true. No way. That's not fair.
That's what happens when you cheat on your partner. But at least you and Charity will be able to forget about things for a while, whilst in your new car. That is, if you can afford it.
There's no way that I can pay for the car anymore. I was gonna use your dad's money. You need to give me the money for it. It's the least you can do.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't owe you anything. You were so horrible and cruel to me after my dad died. At no point did you try to comfort me or console me. You just snuck around behind my back with your girlfriend and tried to make me feel bad for not being a good wife.
Well, I didn't mean it.
That's such a pathetic excuse. No, I'm done with you. I'm just glad that you showed me your true colors before I wasted any more time on you. You'll never see me again, John, and you most definitely won't be seeing even a penny of my money.
Katie, wait, please, I love you.
Well, that sucks for you, because I don't love you. It's time I finally did what my dad said I should have years ago and find someone who actually appreciates me and loves me for me, not for what I can do for them. Goodbye and good riddance. After revealing to John that I knew all about his affair, I quickly started the divorce proceedings so that I could get rid of him as quickly as possible. Just like I thought, with all the evidence about his affair and attempted scam, the judge sided with me quite quickly. I received a lot of compensation from my ex-husband due to his behavior and the fact that he purposefully withheld affection from our relationship due to this other woman. After the divorce was finalized, I moved houses into something a little nicer. I also sold the company my dad left me, as I had no idea on how to run it and I didn't really want to, anyway. It sold for quite a lot of money, which I was able to add to my inheritance and put into a bank account for my pension. And thankfully, I don't have a lazy husband who expects me to do everything for him, trying to mooch off of me. I've also met a new man who I have been seeing for a little while now. He is kind and caring and actually cares about me and not the money I was left. I'm happy things worked out in the end. As for John, the last I heard was that his girlfriend had left him due to him not getting the inheritance money. He's since been single and forced to work long hours by his boss. If only he had the courage to stand up to him. Oh well. I guess he'll just have to deal with being told what to do his entire life, as he is simply too dumb to do something for himself about his situation.
Yes, sis. I've got some pretty exciting news to tell you.
Oh, what is it?
I'm getting married.
What? That's amazing. When did this happen? Who's the guy? How come you never told me you were dating someone? Come on, I need the details.
Okay, calm down. So I met him one afternoon when we bumped into each other at the bar, just down the road. You know the one, Charlie's?
Yeah, I know Charlie's. It's not a bad bar.
Yeah, well, I'd seen him about quite a bit lately, actually, and thought that he was really cute. We'd bump into each other at the bar when we were on nights out or just getting a drink after work or something. Anyway, I thought that there was no way that someone like him would ever be interested in someone like me, you know? He's funny, sophisticated, smart, and extremely handsome.
Sounds like you've hit the jackpot. The jackpot.
I know, right? Well, that day, I plucked up the courage and actually spoke to him. We really hit it off and decided to go on a few dates.
Where did you go? Like, on your first date, I mean. That's the one that's really important, lol.
Oh yeah, it definitely is, lol. Anyway, we actually went on a day trip to the beach. We had a picnic on the beach, which was wonderful. And then in the evening, we went to a little bar, restaurant type thing, right on the seafront where we had a really nice dinner. It was perfect.
Oh wow, that does sound perfect. But isn't the beach quite a while away? A few hours at least? How come you never told me?
Oh, yeah, but we both decided that we wanted our first date to be somewhere where no one knows us, because that way we were able to just concentrate on each other and not worry about anyone else interrupting us. Plus, we were keeping our relationship kinda hush-hush, as we didn't want to jinx anything.
Makes sense. I suppose it's less pressure that way, but there's no way you're getting married before I've even met the guy. I need to see if he's good enough for my sister, lol.
Of course he's good enough for me. I'm able to make good decisions by myself, you know.
I'm just making sure, lol.
Yeah, I know. And you know that I'm thankful for you doing that for me. Anyway, you already have met him.
I have? When?
Oh, you've met him a few times, actually. In fact, I think you met him about a year ago at the grocery store.
The grocery store? I can't really think of who I've met specifically at the grocery store. There's been quite a lot of people who I've met in the grocery store, you know?
Uh-huh. Well, it's Mike. So I'm guessing you know what he's like well enough by now.
Husband Mike? That one?
Well, yeah. How many Mikes do you know?
This is a joke, right?
Why would I joke about this? Me and Mike are properly in love, and we have been for like the last 5 months.
No. You aren't in love. Mike is my husband, not yours. You're not doing anything with him.
You know, you've always been so jealous of me. It's kind of pathetic, really. But to try and stop me from being with the man I love? That's just sad. And by the way, if you think that Mike is staying with you after all of this, then you're incredibly wrong.
What?
I've already told you. Mike proposed to me. All I'm waiting for him to do now is to leave you, and then we can finally start the life that we've been wanting to have for ages now.
But how did this happen? Why would he do something like this?
Look, it's no secret that I'm better than you. Look, it's no secret that I'm better than you in pretty much every way. I mean, I know we're sisters, but I clearly got the better half of all the genes, whilst you got the drugs. The reason why Mike wants to be with me instead of you is because I'm way prettier, smarter, and more talented than you. Plus, he was just bored of you. He wanted a better wife. One who was actually fun and not, well, you. A hardworking man like Mike needs a proper woman in his life. Someone who will actually be there for him and make his life easy and not difficult. You just don't have that going for you. I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth, and it's better that you hear it from someone you love now.
Someone I love? Oh no. That's flying out the window pretty fast.
How can you be so mean? I'm your sister. We're supposed to look out for one another.
So stealing my husband away? That's looking out for me?
You need to get over it and fast. I've tried to be patient with you, but you're really getting on my last nerve now. Just leave Mike so that I can have him, okay?
Why do you even want to be with Mike? Not too long ago, you told me that he was a failed nobody who wouldn't amount to much and that I could do much better.
Yeah, well, that was before I found out how much money he actually made. He's actually on his way to becoming a big shot in the business, and I want to be there when he finally makes it.
So let me get this straight. The only reason you want to be with him is for his money?
Look, whichever way you look at it, you and Mike just weren't a good match.
What do you mean by that?
Well, he's just way out of your league. He needs someone who looks just as good as he does, and that just isn't you. It's me.
Wow, thanks.
Whatever. Look, I only texted you to tell you that you need to stand down. Mike is my fiancé now, and you better not get in our way. My fiancé now, and you better not get in our way.
I can't believe that my own sister would do something so cruel to me. How can you live with yourself taking away the man I love?
You'll get over it. Like I said, you two wouldn't have lasted long anyway.
You're a really horrible person, Kylie. And I can't believe you're my sister.
Whatever. Just don't try to ruin my wedding. Keep at least some dignity. After all, you couldn't even keep your husband from running to your sister. What does that say about you?
Not as much as it says about you, that's for sure.
Willow, sweetie, I just heard from your sister that she's marrying Mike. What's all that about? Tell me it's just a bad joke or something, right? Your husband isn't really leaving you for your sister, is he?
I don't even know, Mom. She just messaged me this afternoon saying how she and Mike had been dating close to her. Can you believe that? My husband? Apparently, he was wanting my prettier, smarter, and more talented sister over me. How could they do something like this?
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Mom. I mean, I was hoping that I would be able to spend my life with the man I fell in love with. But hey, Lucy decided that she wanted my husband for herself. And what Lucy wants, Lucy gets.
I still can't believe that Kylie would do this, though. What is she thinking?
I don't know, and honestly, I don't care. She's no sister of mine anymore.
Well, what are you going to do?
About what?
The wedding, of course. You can't just let them get away with how they've treated you. I won't let you, for one thing.
But what can I do? They both seem pretty set on marrying each other, and I definitely don't want Mike back after what he's done.
You just leave it to me, sweetheart. I'll sort everything out.
So, did you see the picture I sent of me in my wedding dress? I look beautiful, don't I? Like a Hollywood star. I can't believe my wedding is going to be happening soon. Are you jealous?
Sure.
Are you still being grumpy over the fact that I'm marrying Mike? I mean, you're not his wife anymore, after all. Get over it already. I don't want your moody attitude bringing down the vibe at my wedding. It costs way too much to have it ruined by you.
There is nothing on earth that could make me go to that wedding.
Whatever. You're just being petty and jealous. It really isn't a good look on you. In fact, if you keep it up, you'll never find another husband.
How can you be so heartless? Do you really not care about what you've done and how you've hurt me?
Look, the facts are that I am just so much better than you. I can see that, and he wanted someone who he could be proud to call his wife. It sucks for you, but I can't help that I am better than you. The sooner you accept that, the happier you'll be. I mean, I get that you are married and all, but if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. It's not Mike's fault. In fact, it's yours.
How is it mine?
You simply weren't good enough for him.
God, I never knew just how conceited one person could be. Now I do.
Whatever. I'm not conceited, you are. Thinking that you can keep someone like Mike all to yourself? It's not fair that you thought that you could keep a rich guy like him all to yourself. I have things that I want in life as well, you know, and it takes money to get those things. Money that Mike has.
Well, actually, you say that.
Huh? What are you going on about now?
Mike doesn't have any money. Mike doesn't have any money.
What? Yes, he does. He just moved up in the company. His wages have increased as well. I know that he has money. You're just trying to scare me away from him so that you can steal him back.
Why would I want the man who cheated on me back? And I'm not trying to scare you off of him. I'm just telling you the truth.
What do you mean?
Well, a couple of years ago, Mike lost his job at his old company, and he owed a lot of people a lot of money. He had a gambling problem. So to stop all the debt collectors and anyone else who was after money he owed, I decided to give him a loan. It was for quite a bit of money. But because I know exactly what Mike is like, I had a proper contract drawn up, which he signed, saying that he would pay me back everything he owed me. And it was a lot. He hasn't actually paid me back all of the money yet, so he's on a payment plan. Worked out by our divorce lawyers. He really doesn't have a lot.
But that's not fair. He just got promoted. I should be able to take advantage of all of that money, not you. You need to just forget the loan thing and let him have his money. Got it?
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Mike owes me a lot of money and I plan on getting it all back, especially after how he's treated me by cheating on me with you. If you think I'm just going to let that go, then you are completely wrong.
So what? This is just revenge for you? You steal all of his money just to give back at the both of us?
No, it's not revenge. It's me getting what I'm owed after a horrible situation caused by the two of you. I have lost my husband because of you, the man who I loved and whose side I stuck by even in the most difficult of times, all because you are selfish and self-centered. The least that I am owed out of this entire thing is the money I used to help him out.
No, that's my money.
Evidently not.
Ugh, why do you always have to ruin everything?
Excuse you? I've ruined everything?
Yes. This was supposed to be the time where I could just live the luxurious life that I wanted. I wouldn't have to work or worry about money because my husband, Mike, would be the one earning all of the money. It would be up to him to sort all of the finances out, and I would just kick back and relax. I even knew who I was going to cheat on Mike with. It was going to be a really hot younger guy who I could take all over the world and have fun with whilst Mike was at work.
Oh wow, what a nice wife you were going to be. You even had your cheating partner lined up and everything. How can you actually do that? Split me and Mike up and you don't even love him?
Yeah, well, who cares? All I wanted was to get an easy life, like you had. But no, you had to go and ruin it for me. You had to take all of Mike's money for yourself. I bet you didn't even love an easy life.
I am nothing like you. I loved Mike, and I thought that I would spend the rest of my life with him. Guess I was wrong about that, though, as I hadn't factored you into the equation.
Well, it doesn't matter now, does it? I mean, what am I supposed to do with a poor man? From what you just said, I'll probably be the one who has to support him in our relationship.
Well, yeah. But that's what being a wife means. You look after your husband no matter what, and he does the same for you. Or at least he's supposed to.
I don't care about all that. I just want money.
Well then, you better start looking for a job. Anyway, I hope you enjoy your wedding, though I wouldn't be surprised if things don't go exactly as you planned.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, remember when I said that Mike has no money?
Yeah.
How do you expect to pay for a wedding if you have no money?
Well, surely he has enough to afford a nice wedding, right?
No, he really doesn't. You can say goodbye to that wedding dress you showed me.
What? Willow, how could you do this to me?
I've not done anything.
Yes, you have. I can't believe you've made it so that I can't have the wedding I wanted. There'll be no flowers, no cake, not even any tableware.
Well, nope. Not unless you somehow find the money for it. Oh, and don't bother asking Mom, because she won't give you anything. She thinks it's awful what you've done to me as well.
What? No, that's not fair. I'm her daughter. She needs to give me what I want.
You're also an adult now, and you need to take responsibility for your actions, which, in this case, has isolated you from people who thought you were better than what you've shown yourself to be.
But people are beginning to talk. Someone's posted on Facebook about me and Mike, and now everyone is treating us like we're the bad guys.
That's because you are the bad guys. At least in this scenario, you are.
No, I'm not. God, you were such a horrible sister.
I'm the horrible sister? No, a horrible sister is someone who steals her sister's husband all for his money. It's someone who is so cold and heartless and downright mean, they don't care who their actions affect as long as they're okay. If you want to see a truly horrible sister, then you need to look in a mirror.
I don't care about your self-righteous attitude right now. You need to fix this mess you've made and get people to stop talking about me. You also need to stop forcing Mike to pay you.
No, it's your problem, so you deal with it. And he can stop paying me as soon as he's paid the loan back. Oh, and don't bother to talk to me again. I'm cutting you out of my life. I don't need you dragging me down. See you later. After finding out that Mike wasn't as rich as she thought he was, Lucy decided to break up with him and try to find someone else rich who she could leech off of for the rest of her life. However, thanks to my friends and family, the news of her actions and what she had done to me spread quite quickly, warning lots of men off of her. Because she was unable to find another rich man to live off of, Lucy was forced to get a job and earn her own money. Mike tried to apologize and asked to get back together with me, but I refused. I don't want to be with someone who betrayed me in such a horrible manner. Without me to finance his lifestyle, he quickly got into debt due to gambling again. I just hope he's able to get help for his problem before he ends up bankrupt.